let's just go ahead and do it because it's never gonna be perfect. Um, Perfection is just that killer of productivity. So, you love Face ID. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, it worked. You gotta love it when it works. And hopefully, we don't begin to perspire too much because perspiration's a thing. So, let's go ahead and let's sync. Let's sync our. Okay, so now audio is synced, and we have these three glorious camera angles that we are toying with, which is kind of exciting. Um, the year has begun, or a new year has begun. It's 2024, and every year a lot of people make a large concerted effort to make these resolutions and challenge themselves to, in essence, better themselves. For a large part of my adult life, I've just not really been interested in making resolutions. And I mean, that's been like that almost my entire adult life. But this year, I don't necessarily want to say that I am creating resolutions for 2024. More than anything, I'm going to say that I've got these goals that I want to achieve, of course, and I just want to make sure that I'm being productive with my time this year. So I'm going to do something a little bit drastic. Nope, I'm not going to do something drastic. But I am going to move this microphone. No, I'm not going to move this microphone. I'm going to leave this microphone right here. So just live with it. It is what it is. All right. But, goals are not something that I want to be making for myself. No, goals are what I want to be making for myself. What am I talking about? I'm talking about resolutions are not what I want to be making for myself. Goals and attainable goals, that's what I want to set forth for myself for 2024. So every year, people rush to make these resolutions for themselves. And a lot of times they're not really attainable. And I've always been quite the contrarian, and for the better part of my entire adult life, I have not set resolutions for myself at New Year's time. I've always prided myself on working throughout the year to better myself and making sure that by the end of the year I'm a better person than I was in the previous times. So this year, I'm not going to say that I'm creating resolutions for myself because these are very much not resolutions for 2024. But they are goals that I want to put in place and I want to see myself work towards and hopefully achieve. But I might not. I might not. But hopefully I do. And really, it's more the work that I want to dive deep into, and I want to, just make sure that every day I keep these goals in mind in hopes that I work towards them every day. So the first goal, and probably, arguably the most important goal that I have for myself for 2024, is respecting the point of diminishing returns. And I can't tell you how many times in 2023 there was just an absurd amount of responsibilities to take care of. And it never seems to surprise me that as many of the fires that you put out throughout the day and as many of the to-dos you are lucky enough to check off your list, the next day always brings a whole mess of other responsibilities and other things to do and tasks to take care of. So I'm the type of person that I have to be prepared. And a lot of times being prepared is not enough. I have to be overly prepared. And countless times I got to that point of diminishing returns and chose to completely ignore that bastard. And I put my head down and plowed right through it and suffered the consequences. And sometimes, achieved my goals and aspirations and reaped the benefits. But I mean, you win some, you lose some. And as the old saying goes, you can only burn the candle at both ends for so long. But nevertheless, understanding that the point of diminishing returns is there for a reason and respecting it, I think going forward is definitely going to be something that I need to respect. So my second goal for 2024 is going to be something that, I adopted this saying as my mantra years ago, probably 6, maybe 8 years ago. And I've kind of lost track with it these last 2 years, but I'm definitely going to make it a point to keep it with me and, closer to my heart this year. And that's going to be actions over intentions. Because now I find myself having a lot of good ideas, grand ideas, and these intentions that seem to be, the thing that I should be doing. But a lot of times I don't take action on them. I don't take action on them because I don't have the bandwidth, I don't have the time, and I just sometimes don't have the effort or the energy to do so. But this year, I feel like if I respect that point of diminishing return, I will have more time, more energy, more effort, more bandwidth to act upon some of the grandiose ideas and intentions that I have. And I hope that I can stay true to that, because it's great to have good intentions, but I think that it's even better to follow through on those actions that you have that are inspired by your intentions. So, it goes hand in hand, even though, in essence, the saying one is over the other, or one is better than the other. And maybe action is better than intention. And in some cases, I would definitely wholeheartedly agree that action is better than intention. But I also don't want to lose sight of having the best and the right intentions. So I have to find a balance at the end of the day. There has to be a better balance, more homeostasis is required. That way, every aspect of my life is getting the amount of attention that it deserves. Last, and it's not to say that it's the least important goal that I have for 2024, inspiration and creativity. Inspiration and creativity is something that I battle with. I struggle with it on a daily basis, because I'm a creative at heart, and for a long time, inspiration was something that I had in spades. Time is something that I had in spades. And now I feel like I don't have time for even, my personal life. And it's hard. It's been hard to find creativity and find time to be creative. So I feel in 2023 that I've kind of lost grip with my creative side. And I think that's why this year I'm wrestling so hard and so much to find a balance with that, to get a grip on that. But I also understand that my creativity cannot be as lazy as it has been, because as I will confidently say that I am a creative. I've always been a lazy creative in the sense that creativity has just always been something that it's come to me, and I've been able to take advantage of it and harness it and prosper from it because it just comes to me. And now, as I find myself with less and less time in a day, I need to find a way to schedule that creativity, and have it in blocks where, I have that outlet and I feel like it's balanced, for lack of better words, in my life. And I hate to be so structured with my creativity, but I know that if it's not scheduled, if it's not something that is planned for, realistically, it's not going to happen. And I feel that 2023 was a harsh example of desiring to be creative and express myself, but just not having the bandwidth and not having the time, the effort, the energy to take advantage of it. So those are my 3 goals for 2024. To understand and respect the point of diminishing returns, to take advantage of my intentions, but to also make sure that I put forth the effort needed to act upon those intentions and follow through on those intentions, and, with my actions, follow through. And then lastly, right, to find time to balance my personal life, my work life, and my creative life, and find a way to, I'm not going to say, like structure creativity, but find a way to keep things that inspire me close to me, so that when I have time, when I have a moment to be creative, and hopefully that's on a daily basis, but realistically, if it's not, at least once or twice a week, have some time carved out to be creative. But find a way to keep inspiration close so that when I'm able to be creative, I can take advantage of it. So, if you made it to this point in the video, kudos to you. Thanks for clicking. And until next time, take care.